Marine Reacts to Helsreach, Part 3, by Richard Boylan. As always, I'm going to be leaving a link to the original video channel down in the description below. It's good to make sure that you check them out. Now, I know Helsreach has been very highly being requested, and don't worry, it's coming out. I'm going to try to be releasing them on videos when Warhammer ones are coming out, and also just trying to sneak them in on the after. So as you can see, I'm doing this on the same day as the part 1B of the Grey Knights. So just a little recap on what I've really seen as far as the prologue and part 1, or the prologue, which is technically part 1, and then the actual part 2. Didn't get too much. We got like a little bit of an intro as to who I guess we're going to be following, and we got to see in the second part a little bit of a ceremony. He's getting promoted to, I wrote it down because I didn't know how to pronounce it, Reclusiar. And yes, I am aware that now when he got punched, that was supposed to be like something that was done in today's world as well back in the day, and it was to see if he would, what his reaction would be, because as soon as he did that, it was more to see whether or not he would hit him back, or would he accept that new position. And then they went through a little bit, talking a little bit about the people, or the other Space Marines that are with him, and who he's been with, who've been fighting alongside with him, to give us a little bit of intro on them. Let's get into the video. But before we do, don't forget to like, subscribe, it does help me out a lot. Hit that notification bell right there, so you get notified every time I do upload. Sometimes I'll upload twice a day, typically working on them in the mornings, releasing them in the afternoon to the evening. That way when you all get off work, you can enjoy the videos at your leisure. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what Helsreach Part 3 is all about. Is this a commissar? Looks like a with the chains blade. All right, so they're going against orcs. This guy is a little beefier than the others. God, this guy, look at him. He's by himself. Look at that. He's taking on these orcs. By the way, love the animation still. The amount of balls you gotta have to have no physical capability or advantage that a Space Marine would have, and still go against an orc. And it looked like he was doing it very suavely, very slick, very like as if he's not even trying, and he gets him with that chainsword. The only commissar I've heard about is Yurik, I think it was.
Are you Kirov?
I am.
We are the Emperor's Knights. We are the warriors of the Eternal Crusade and the sons of Rogel Dawn. I am Helbrecht, High Marshal of the Black Templars. With me is Bayard, Emperor's Champion, and Grimaldus, Ecclesiarch. We come to offer you our blades, our service, and the lives of over 900 warriors in the defense of your world.
Kirov stood in silence. 900 Astartes. Entire
God, I'm sorry for pausing. It's just when he says 900, isn't a whole chapter supposed to be no more than 1,000, right? So they just literally came in there full force.
star systems were conquered with a fraction of that.
I am glad to hear it. Welcome to Armageddon.
Hades' hive will not survive the first week.
The man speaking is ancient, and he looks every hour of his age. Both piety and hate echo in his every word. His name is Sebastian Yarrick. Even we Astarte.
God. Okay, one of the times I do call it and get it right, even though I didn't specifically say it, this was Yarrick, I just kind of said that the only commissar I knew of was Yarrick because of what people had said. But it's little moments like these where I get like 1 point at least for remembering something. I think this guy was also, I think that was the time where somebody also mentioned that the orcs actually believed him to be immortal, or like, I mean, because technically, what, 57 years later? They're supposed to be considered immortal or just insanely powerful. And because they were thinking that it actually transferred to him. And this is why he's, as a commissar, is considered very famous. Me remembering that he wasn't supposed to be anybody special. But the fact that I'm assuming just from that little action of him going against that orc is the reason why, I guess in a sense, he became special. But he was like, no, never anybody who was like such a high rank or etc., etc. Just somebody who did something incredible.
Must respect that name.
What is coming in system now far exceeds what has laid waste to the planet before. The other hives must be reinforced 1,000 times over. Hades will burn.
At our best estimations, Battle Fleet Armageddon, the orbital defenses, and the Astartes fleets remaining in the void will be able to deny the enemy landing for 9 days. These are our best estimates.
And the worst? 4 days.
Once the orbital war is lost, be it 4 days or 9, our fleets will break from the planet in a fighting withdrawal. From then on, Armageddon will be defenseless beyond what is already entrenched upon the surface. The orcs will be free to land whatever and wherever they wish.
Who will lead the Astartes vessels?
Given his seniority and the expertise of his chapter, High Marshal Helbrecht of the Black Templars will take overall command of the Astartes fleets. We are to remain in orbit.
We are the obvious choice to command the Astartes elements in the orbital battles. I was wrong. I will not die in futility on this world.
High Marshal, we can slaughter the green-skinned tyrant before he even sets foot on the world below us.
I have already spoken with the other marshals, my brother. We must leave a contingent on the surface to defend one of the hive cities that yet remains ungarrisoned by Astartes.
That is not our duty, my liege.
And yet, a commander must remain.
Don't do this.
It is already done.
So it's seeming to me like he's trying to, because he was saying, I forgot his name, that they've got to send Astartes, or like that they're going to be the ones focusing more on orbital combat, and that they're going to leave a small contingency force in a hive city that isn't protected right now with Space Marines. So it seems like he's really actually caring in a sense of defending the people from the orcs. But then again, I could see his point of view. I don't think I've heard the main character's name yet. I probably did, but I forgot. Okay. I'm just going to say main character. So for him, he's probably not seeing this as a good idea because since he really knew or had a feeling like he was going to die there, this must mean that any contingency force that is going to be left there to defend is more than likely going to die. And even though he's supposed to be under the presumption of protecting these people, he is kind of looking at it from a more logical way. Like, if those people are already as good as dead, should they even defend them, or should they defend them because that's what they're meant to do? I don't know. I feel like I'm throwing myself for a loop in circles, but
No,
This is not the time. The decision is made, Grimaldus. I know you.
Grimaldus. Grimaldus.
As I knew, Mordred, you will not refuse this honor.
I would burst the great enemy's black heart in my hand and cast his blasphemous flagship to the surface of Armageddon, wreathed in holy fire. Do not leave me here, Helbrecht. Do not deny me this glory.
You will not refuse this honor. Wait, brother.
Blood of dawn. Now that's a sight.
Their destination was called, with bleakness so typical of this world, Helsreach.
We cannot be the only Astartes strength sent to this city. We will not be alone. The Guard is with us, and militia forces. Humans? The Legio Invigilata has landed to the east of the city. Titans, my brother. I don't see you sneering at that. Reclusiac. How can we defend all this? With blade and bolter. With faith and fire.
Let's go ahead and talk about that for a minute. Only two things I really want to hit on. One of them, Commissar Eric, man. I know I'm going to be focusing on Space Marines for a little while before I jump into something next, but I feel like I'm going to sneak in a video of Commissar Eric somewhere in there. Don't know when, don't know how, but I'm going to sneak one in there just because, dude, the balls that this dude had to go up against that orc. Literally just a chainsword. Other than that, My main thing was on Grimeldus. I wrote it down this time. He seemed, or at least from what it looked to me, that he was pissed off because he knew he was going to be sent to this hive city, him full well knowing that it's going to be a suicide mission. And that he wanted to, when he talked about getting robbed of glory, I think the way he was saying it, because that kind of struck me as odd. I was like, wouldn't you have glory either way by killing the enemy? Like, say, for example, in this case, the orcs. But then, if he dies, then that's it. It's like, it seemed like he felt like he wasn't getting a chance to actually kill more, or at least be able to do more than what he can do. And instead, it's just kind of being sent on a suicide mission, even though the other guy, I forgot his name. I should have wrote down his name as well. But that he's thinking like, nah, he can go with this squad. Like, it looks like, I'm pretty sure they can handle it. But obviously, when they were on the way there to Helsreach, they started to realize, hey, this isn't, like, how are we going to do this? Because there's only one squad, I think that's the squad's worth for them. There's only one squad of us. How are we going to be able to take them all by ourselves? And sure, I mentioned how they still had the Imperial Guard, they got local militias, they got Titans, from what I remember him saying. And you got the dude, Bastilone, that he actually somewhat is starting to inspire them a little bit. So I think one of the things that's gonna suck is if one of them ends up dying, which I'm pretty sure is what's gonna happen. That's gonna go ahead though and be it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, really does help me a lot. Hit that dislike button if you didn't like it, helps me improve the channel. If you're curious to see what's coming up next, check the list down below. In the description from top to bottom is gonna be how I view them. But until then, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.